So hi guys, and karibuni tena to Glow Up with Makena. I'm your girl Makena kama kawaida. So thank you so much Bavaria Gardens. This is where we're shooting this amazing episode from. And guys, kama kawaida, remember to subscribe, like, share, comment, because episode is going to be interesting. Super interesting. Number one, because what you're going to see and what you're going to hear, two very different things. Just kidding though. But yes, I have an amazing DJ that you guys really love. I'm such a fan of him as well, and he's currently in Kenya. He was atatuambia story yake, acha tu nisiwape mo Kenya. So guys, help me welcome the amazing Mzungu Mswahili. A guy whose color is really betraying his communication skills. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. How are you?
Sorry, I'm well.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for gracing our set.
Absolutely.
DJ Sustaki.
Yes.
Sunny.
Sunny.
So what are your real names, Kwanza?
My real name is actually Sunny.
Oh, really?
S-U-N-N-Y, yeah. So hapo ndio creativity nilikosa. Nikakuwa tu DJ Sunny. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
My full names are Sunny Chauhan.
Chauhan.
C-H-A-U-H-A-N. It's an Indian name.
Chauhan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I currently reside in the USA, but I was born and brought up in Kenya.
Yes.
I grew up in Eldoret.
In Eldoret.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, are you a firstborn, are you a lastborn?
I'm a lastborn. I have
how
three
many?
older sisters, so we are four.
Yes.
Yeah, we are four. I have three older sisters, and I'm a lastborn. Sijui kama mniona nikitembea in Nairobi, if you've noticed that I'm a lastborn, but yeah.
And you're the only boy.
I'm the only boy, yes. Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I guess it's just how you know, when you grow up like that, you don't know any different.
True.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So Eldoret top exactly.
Eldoret kuna esto hapo close to a place called Kapsoya. Yeah. So now it's like almost been engulfed into town.
Yeah.
But it's near Moi Girls High School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're Asian, Indian. Do you have some Kenyan blood like?
No, actually I don't. I was born in Eldoret. My father was born in Kisii.
Oh.
My grandfather was born in Nairobi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, my great-grandfather migrated from India.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been in Kenya for many generations now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So what really pushed you, kwanza tuambie, before that tufike sasa kwa your career life. Okay, I've maliza high school. Where were you studying in high school?
High school. So funny thing is I went to one school. From nursery to primary to high school.
Okay, which one?
Inaitwa Testimony.
Yeah.
It's a day school. I went there for nursery.
Yeah.
So there's a building here. This is nursery school. They have their own uniform.
Yeah.
There's a roundabout. There's a building here that's primo.
Yeah.
And there's a building here that's secondary.
Really?
Yeah. So basically from the time you start going to nursery, every day I was going to the same place till I finished Form 4.
How did that make you feel? Do you think you should have done it a little bit differently? Like
There was a plan at one point for me to go to a different high school after we finished Standard 8.
Yes.
But I think my family wanted me closer. So I was going to go to this school in Nakuru. Forget the name of the school.
Okay.
But it's a good school. It's one of these known boarding schools in Nakuru.
Yeah.
But I think my family wanted me to stay close.
Yeah.
Last-born manenos, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so I ended up just going. They had a high school there in the school I was in.
Yeah.
So I ended up knowing like the teachers, the environment, the people. And then I had classmates when tulimaliza now from nursery mpaka Form 4 tulikuwa the same class. So I was able to build some good connections and strong bonds with some people. Yeah.
So being a last-born, and you know how boys are with their moms, were you at one point, or are you a mama's boy?
I am a mama's boy, yes.
Does that really affect your relationships or friendships?
No, I don't think it does, because I moved to the US when I was 18.
Okay.
So I haven't been around my mother or anything like that per se for a while. So I've been quite independent for a while. And so I would say I'm a mama's boy from an emotional standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my mother and I were very close emotionally.
Yes.
But I'm not the kind of guy that I call my mom every day or anything like that. I talk to her about once a month. We catch up and that's it. Yeah.
So what made you go to the US?
School.
Campus now?
Yeah, campus. So I went there for uni. I went for electrical and computer engineering. Obviously now I'm a DJ.
Which campus?
University of Missouri, Columbia. Yeah.
I'm trying to understand, since nursery until high school, they don't want to let you go. So now you're 18 and now they're letting, not even to Nairobi or to, you know.
Yeah. But you know, the thing is I went to the US because one of my both my older sisters did the uni in the US.
Okay.
Yeah. So one went to Baraton, finished bachelor's, then went to uni masters in the US, the oldest.
Yeah.
The second born did half her bachelor's at Baraton, and then the other half went to finish in the US.
Yes.
So now by the time my time came, it was already like, okay, Sawa, now let me just go to the US.
They had created the path for you
They had created
already.
the path, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how was it? How's the transition coming from Kenya to now?
So the first
Yes.
few years I hated it in the US.
Why?
Hey, you know, ukizoea maisha ya Kenya, there are some luxuries that are just not there in the US. Number one, in the US, you have to follow all the rules.
Okay.
In Kenya, you can bend them.
Yes.
In the US, you can't bend them. Number two, the weather.
Yeah.
I went to Missouri, and that's the first time I saw snow. I saw the cold weather. The weather was not forgiving. Ile mpaka the tip of your nose is freezing.
Ouch.
Yeah. And number three, you know, just having grown up here, knowing so many people.
Yes.
If you're in a bind, you just know someone you can call.
Yeah.
If you need something, or you know someone who knows someone who can
Who knows
connect you
someone,
somehow.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Then you go there and you realize, oh, you have this issue or you have this problem, and you're just solo.
Yes.
You don't know anyone, so you have to
Yes.
figure it out.
Yeah.
So it was some growing pains.
Yeah.
But eventually tukazoea.
Did you get some type of racism out there?
You know, I never even thought about it. Honestly, I never thought about racism until the media made it very evident.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, when you're in school, you're just focused on unasoma, you have friends, you do this, so you don't pay attention to a lot of things. Then once you now go out into the professional world and you have to make connections with more people and deal with more people and deal with people in power, and then that's when you start noticing, hey, you know, I've been here standing for something for an hour, now mzungu amekuja tu amesaidiwa haraka. So you start realizing, why am I getting secondary treatment when someone else is getting better treatment?
Yeah. All right, so okay, umemaliza shule. When did you start your DJing now? Was it while you were still in campus?
It was when I was actually here.
Oh, still in Kenya?
Still in Kenya, yeah.
When was that?
So now I'm going to reveal a lot of age-related items.
All right. That's what you do here exclusively.
Exclusively, yeah.
Yes.
So I moved to Kenya. I moved to the US in 2003.
Yes.
After I finished high school, I stayed in Kenya for a year. Hustle too, and then I decided to go to the US.
Hustle? Hustle gani hiyo?
Nilikuwa na duka LD. I had a shop.
Real?
Yeah. So when I finished high school, I had a shop. Tulikuwa tunauza simu, scratch cards. That time Safaricom and Kencell had just started, 2002. So nilikuwa na duka in 2002. And then mnacheka juu ni kitambo.
Wewe ni mbaba. Kwa dish?
Yes, ilikuwa nakuja kwa hiyo kitu ya round. Unaweza tumia kaa coaster pia kuwekelea drink.
You're trying now to show me how small or young I am.
Young you are. So nilikuwa na duka in 2002, then in 2003 I moved to the US.
Yes.
So that 2002 I was DJing here and there at small bars and clubs, and then just, you know, getting my bearing with this whole DJing thing. Then when I moved to the US, I started doing college parties, house parties, things like that. Yeah.
How was it now? As in, so already you're hustling over here, you're DJing. Kidogo, jina yako ilikuwa imeanza kushika huko?
LD too, just like, you know, when you're, at that time I was young, so it's just my friends who knew me as a DJ, you know?
Yeah.
And even when I went to campus, it's just like my friends. So if someone's having a party at their house or someone's having a birthday party at a club, they'll tell me, come, I know my friend is a DJ, blah, blah, blah. So really, jina ilikuwa tu those people close to me that knew about my DJing. Yeah, no one else knew.
Yeah. So ulijipelekaje out there basi sasa, professionally?
Pole too, you know, you do an event and then someone notices you. Then they say, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And you do more and more events, and then you get more and more bookings, and then before you know it, more people are finding out about you.
So mostly imekuwa the zinaitwa nini hizo?
Word of mouth.
Referral,
yeah, word of mouth, yeah. But the thing that made the biggest difference, honestly, after all those years, ilikuwa COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sasa ukaanza kufanya lives.
So nikaanza kufanya lives COVID. And that's when the exposure moved away from just in North Carolina where I am to almost an international exposure. Yeah.
Okay, but tell me, okay, I'm asking this for the DJs out there as well. When you're going live, because there's always the copyright strikes, were you like, how do you deal with the copyright strikes, and how careful are you not to?
We were somewhat careful because we found out there are some things that get flagged. And then I would do a lot of remixes. And so remixes, changing the tempo of the songs, things like that, talking in between, doing more scratching and stuff like that. That would keep those things from coming, and then I would stay away from like really popular hip hop and pop stuff, because on Facebook that's what was getting flagged a lot. Yeah. And then the main thing about doing the live stuff was also making sure that the quality of your production is above average, is better than everyone else who's going live. So the sound quality, the video quality, the production quality. So we learned all those things on the fly during COVID because tulikuwa tu kwa nyumba. So now we're sitting at home. Let's figure out how to capitalize on this sitting at home. Yeah.
And there's something I should have asked nikianza. Sustaki litoka wapi?
Kutoka shule.
Ukiwa campus now?
Nikiwa high school.
Okay, what really happened?
Actually, it's one of my desk mate is the one who used to use that term a lot. So it just became a thing because when you are young, you just do things without thinking. Yeah, you think you are invincible. So it just became a term amongst us guys. Sistuki. So now when I went to the US, when social media started coming out, because before social media was around.
Okay, yes, clearly.
So before social media, when social media started coming out, you need to have a handle, your at what. And at that time, it just happened that I just Sistuki. I never knew that handle would start gaining followers and blah, blah, blah. So now it becomes a point where everyone is like, oh, what's your IG? What's your Twitter? What's your this? What's your that? And you're like, you don't want to change it because you already have following on Sistuki. So we just stuck with it and built a brand out of it.
If you weren't a DJ, what would have been? Besides DJing and Chenye Ulisomea campus, what else maybe what did you want to do while you were growing up, Kwanza?
I always thought I wanted to be a DJ.
Really?
Yeah, because my uncle, I grew up in a house where my uncle was a DJ. So I used to see him go to gigs, set up his gear. I used to go help him do wiring, things like that. So I always admired how Msichana and Amali, people come and take all their worries away. They just enjoy themselves, and the DJ is the one who's really curating and making that happen. Yes, the place has to be nice. Yes, the sound has to be good. But if the DJ sucks, the whole vibe goes away.
What's that one talent that you have that we don't know about? That maybe you haven't monetized it.
I don't know that I can think of something. So for the longest time in the US, I worked for corporate America for a little while. So I also do sales coaching, sales training. I help businesses that are not quite getting their goals, help them watch their processes and get them to where they're profitable. To make adjustments in how they do things and things like that. So I think one of the other things I might have an act for is to bring organization and processes to businesses that are not quite getting where they need to go. So that's my other hustle.
All right, allow me to ask this. Idah, Alisha, she's your best friend.
She is, yes.
So how did you guys meet, Kwanza?
I met Idah Alisha when I brought Sauti Sol for a concert in North Carolina. So in 2016, I did a lot of concerts. I took a break from DJing and I started doing a lot of concerts.
All right, like event planning?
Event planning, promotion. I still do that, but most of the time I tend to be the headliner in my events. But I still do artists, whatever, but it has to be someone that makes sense. So I brought Sauti Sol back in 2016. They were doing a US tour, and one of their stops was my city, and I'm the one who planned everything for my city. So Idah had attended the show, and she had bought a VIP section at the show. And so after everything was said and done, she was friends with all the members of Sauti Sol at that point. So once the show was over, we were all backstage with all the members of Sauti Sol, and then Idah. They said, oh, we know Idah, she's a friend of ours, so she came backstage. So that's when we met for the first time. And then after that we talked, and then I got to know a little bit about her. I didn't know anything about her. I got to know a little bit about her, and then after that we would just communicate here and there. I would do some events, I would involve her in them. And then slowly that relationship grew, and we just became really good friends.
So did you know about the story that she shared just the other day on Lynn Ngugi's show?
Actually, I knew about it. Obviously, it's something she shared with me later as our relationship became a little stronger. It's not something she told me from the get-go. So I knew those small details about all those things, because now we're good friends. We hang out all the time. We do all these things. So I knew of all the things she had mentioned, but again, watching it on Lynn's show and just having an hour and a half of just really understanding what went down. Because when you were sitting here, you notice something, someone is doing something, you say, my ex used to do. You know, you'd have these small 10-minute conversations about them, not a long, like. So when you really watch that, it really magnifies how that was. It really puts a big impact on what she really went through. Yeah.
And as a best friend, what did that make you feel?
You know, the thing is, we've grown past that.
Okay.
You know, so she's grown past it. It's not affecting her in a way that it used to anymore.
Yeah.
And so as a best friend, I always feel like it's a good, sometimes, I'm not saying it's a good thing that happened to her, but these are the experiences that grow you. Sometimes things happen to you in life, they either break you or they build you.
Yeah.
And this was definitely something that built her.
Yes.
It's made her a stronger woman, and I'm very proud of who she's become because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking of marriage now, is Sustaki married?
Yeah, actually, I am married. I have my wife is back in the States.
Okay.
She's also Kenyan. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She was born and grew up in Nairobi, but we met in the USA.
As in, is she like Kenyan?
Yeah, she's a Luo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, she's Kenyan. And then we just had a baby girl 8 months ago. So we have a 7 months ago. So we have a 7.5-year-old girl.
Yeah. So how did you guys meet?
At a concert that I was doing.
Is it concert zako zinakubariki? It gave you a best friend and a wife.
And a wife, yeah. So I met her I had brought Chris Martin, the reggae artist, to North Carolina. Yeah. And she had attended the concert. She had some issue with the ticket she had bought, so she communicated with me that I bought a ticket, I still don't have it in my email, blah, blah, blah. So I assisted her with making sure that she had her ticket before the show and all that stuff.
Yes.
And that's kind of how we started communicating.
Yeah. So when did you guys get married?
Last year.
After dating
so,
for how
well,
long?
actually, let me correct that. We got engaged in the year 2022.
Yes.
2020. Yeah, we got engaged in the year 2020, and then we were going to get married in the year 2021.
Okay.
But we don't want to have a COVID wedding. Like back then, there was still, you have to wear masks and restrictions on how many people can be in a venue and all these restrictions. So officially, we are engaged. We are not married.
Yes.
But I mean, we live together. We have a child together. We have a life together. So unofficially, you can say we're married.
Yes.
But now that COVID is dying down and all that stuff, we'll probably see when time permits, we'll start planning an actual official wedding.
You'll consider public wedding, being that you're already in the public eye. Will you consider that?
We'll do a wedding that will be friends and family.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it'll be in the US. So, yeah.
Look at these two Kenyans who don't want to come to Kenya.
The thing is, you come to America.
Yeah.
We have built such a life for ourselves in the US.
Yeah.
We have friends, we have family. I have a sister that lives in the US.
Yeah.
So really, all we have to do is bring our parents
Yeah.
to the US for the wedding.
Yeah.
Other than that, everyone we want to attend the wedding is basically in the US.
Yeah.
If anyone else in Kenya wants to attend, they can do so at their own expense.
Oh, wow. Shillings. So, how hard was it for you acquiring a citizenship in the US? And how long did it take you?
It has its struggles.
Yeah.
I think I finally got my citizenship in the year 2013.
That's almost 10 years after you.
Yeah, 9 years ago.
9 years.
Yeah, so 10 years after I left.
After you left,
Yeah.
How hard was it, Kwani?
It's not easy. It's not easy. And then, with every administration change, with every election, rules change, immigration rules change.
Yes.
Because one political party is pro-immigration, one political party is anti-immigration.
Yes.
So, and the process is a long process. So by the time you go through the process, umefika halfway, kidogo, administration has changed, tena. Now things have changed. So if anyone is trying to navigate that system, I would highly encourage getting an immigration attorney, getting a lawyer.
Yeah.
I navigated it without an attorney.
Yeah.
At that point, I couldn't afford an attorney.
Okay.
And you learn the hard way that, hey, kumbe, this is kumbe, I did this like this, I should have done it like this. I did this like this, I should. So don't rely on Google solely like I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're an event organizer. Okay, let me just say it like that as well.
Yeah.
in the US.
Yes.
And you've also attended 123 concerts in Kenya.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Because honestly in Kenya, you find that artists are not selling out the tickets, some of them. Unapata pia zingine zina flip-flop, zingine as it happens zina cancel last minute. Okay, I know 123 happens also over there, but what's your take? What's your opinion, what's the difference between concerts in Kenya and concerts in California?
So I think they're the same either way.
All right.
The difference is the people doing the concerts.
The organizers.
The organizers. And the transparency, the level of organization, and the effort they put into making it a success.
Yes.
There are lazy people in the US that have events that don't succeed.
Really?
And there are really hardworking people in the US that have some really bomb events.
Yes.
And I think the same happens in Kenya. There are lazy people that just try and put an event together, and the organizers, I think, that maybe put a little bit more effort and make it happen. So I think that's just a human thing. I don't think it's a geographical thing.
Yeah. And you've worked with so many big artists.
A few.
A few big artists.
Yeah.
So who is the biggest that you'll consider internationally when you work na yeye?
So I've done quite a few African and Caribbean artists.
Yes.
And honestly, for me, the biggest artist I've worked with is probably Sauti Sol.
That's not from Africa. And the other side now?
So I haven't done any like international artists. I've only done artists from Jamaica and Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
so
Chris
far.
Martin. And
Chris Martin. I've done Chris Martin, DeMarco, Alain. From Kenya, I've done Sauti Sol, Waire, Nameless, Nonini. Trying to think of who else.
Yeah.
But I haven't I haven't done any events like with the Nigerian artists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it mostly like Kenyan and the Caribbean.
Yeah. And since in the US, Kina McMill, those big people.
Those big people, you know, my market in the US is predominantly African Caribbean.
Oh, okay. All right.
And that's kind of what I cater to. So those artists, you know, there's a misconception that once you go to the US, you automatically
You're going to meet them.
Yeah, you automatically you know, get ingrained into the hip hop culture or the pop culture there and stuff like that. But I have worked on trying to stay true to like what I enjoy as well.
Yes.
You know, it's not that I don't enjoy hip hop, but I enjoy Afrobeats, dancehall, you know, Kenyan music. I enjoy all that a little bit more than I do all this other stuff. Reggae, dancehall, all that stuff. So that's kind of where I tend to focus on more. Yeah.
What's your favorite genre of music?
That's a
I know
tough
the
one.
DJ. I know.
Yeah, because I like them all. It really depends on my mood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it depends on my mood. I have my reggae moods. I have my EDM moods.
Yeah.
I have my Amapiano moods.
Yeah.
So I can't say I have a favorite that I gravitate to all the time.
Yeah.
But depending on what I'm doing, what the mood is, what the vibe is, I'll gravitate towards a certain genre depending on that.
Yeah. Which mix was the hardest for you to execute? Among all your mixes, the one that was, you were like, oh my God, this was work, but it's awesome now.
I don't think there's one that is any harder than the other.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to put an equal amount of effort into all of them.
Sure.
It's just a matter of if that's kind of what your expertise in. Because I won't come out like I have a request now to come up with a country mix.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of country music. If I have a country audience, I can make it work.
Yes.
So now since I've got multiple requests from certain fans that I need to come up with a country mix. I'm going to put some, so that might be a little more challenging than coming out with like a reggae mix or a dancehall mix. But most of my mixes tend to be very open format, so my mixes tend to have multiple genres engulfed into them. Yeah.
So do some artists pay you to appear in your mixes? Because your mixes are international, so...
No. So far, I do have some artists coming up, artists that try and send me their music, want me to feature it in my mixes and stuff like that. But I just go with... Honestly, if an upcoming artist sends me a track and I'm not feeling the track, you can't pay me to play a track I'm not feeling.
Okay.
But if I'm feeling the track, I'll actually put it on there for free because you've put in effort to come out with a product that has potential, in my opinion.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
A track that I'm not feeling, someone else may feel. That's fine.
Yes.
But that's the beauty of art.
Yes.
That's the beauty of music.
Yeah.
Is it doesn't tunnel you into being specific in a certain way.
Yeah.
Kila mtu ako na opinion yake. Everyone has a preference, and something that's works for me
Yeah.
may not work for someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the craziest thing a fan has done to you?
I don't know.
Physical, as in ukiwa labda on set, ukicheza pale on the decks.
Back in the day, because I've been doing this for quite a while,
Yes.
there's some pretty interesting things that have happened. Yeah, let me just leave it at that.
Okay, give us one instance. You don't have to mention who or where.
So I did have an event.
Yes.
I did a concert. This was years ago, probably 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I was on stage, and the DJ who was supposed to play next to me was not there. So there was a whole table that was left there for a setup.
Yes.
For another DJ to
Yeah.
play, but there was no setup there. So I was DJing and there was a lot of space next to me. And there was a lady that got up on that table and started dancing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I was paying attention to the crowd, I was paying attention to what's going on, and it was, it's at night, it's a little dark, there's a few lights.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, she didn't have any clothes on.
Naked? Right next to you?
On the table, and
On the
security came and got her. By the time everyone realized what's going on,
Yeah.
security came and got her. But yeah, that's probably the craziest thing that has happened.
Oh, wow. Most embarrassing thing that has happened to you ukiwa on the decks?
The most embarrassing thing
Moments you've had.
I've had is probably, and this has probably happened to a lot of DJs, is you think a track is on one side and it's on the other side, and you load a track on a side that is already playing.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, something is playing and then it stops and another song just starts.
Yes.
And everyone just gives you this look
Like,
of, what are you
just
doing? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And we cannot deny the fact that you're good looking. So I'm sure on social media you receive all the craziest DMs.
I ignore them.
What's the craziest one that you've received?
So they all seem to follow the same pattern.
Okay.
In Kenya, since I've got here, I've got a lot of hey handsomes.
Hey, handsome. Okay.
I've got a lot of straight up, what's your phone number?
Oh, wow, okay.
Yep. And I think those are the two most common ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't received nudes of those crazy things.
No one has, because I just delete them. You know, well, depends. If I look at the profile,
Yeah.
I'll look at the profile and is this a promoter? Is this a, like, what is this person? What business are they in? Do we share a business? Maybe we have a business idea you want to share with me,
Yeah.
and I'm ignoring you. But for the most part, it's just women, and I just ignore them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you receive hate though?
Huh?
Do you receive hate?
No, I haven't received hate.
You there's no that one comment that you've seen and you're like, oh my God, this is quite much. Especially probably on Twitter.
On Twitter.
People are cruel.
Yeah, I've seen some comments that maybe are not as.
What was the hardest one that you got?
I don't remember them.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I just let
them
them go. Yeah, I brush them off. So if I gave it the time of the day, I would remember what the comment was.
Yes.
But I can't even think of what the comment was related to, because when you receive hate, you just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you manage to keep your private life private, considering that you are in the social media space and a public figure as well?
So my social media will primarily involve what I do.
Yeah.
It'll all involve DJing, music, clubs, events I do. Very rarely will it involve what's going on in my personal life.
Yes.
Once in a while, I'll throw in a glimpse, because I feel like at the end of the day, your fans, the people who are looking up to you or enjoying your content,
Yes.
they want to feel like they are relating to a regular human being.
Sure.
Yeah, they don't want to feel like you're just a robot somewhere,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So because of that, there will be a glimpse here and there of what's going on in my life,
Yeah.
but very small glimpses.
Yeah. And what's your red card? Just in case someone wants to call you into a club
Yeah.
or a concert.
So my rate card is usually $1,500.
Yes.
Yeah. That is for.
Is that one for a club or concert?
That's for clubs or concerts.
Oh, they're equal.
They're usually, yeah, because at the end of the day, the sets usually are about the same.
Yes.
And then if someone's doing a private event, like a birthday party, graduation, that usually involves some level of production, you know, making sure you get sound and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then that goes to $3,000.
Yeah.
And weddings are $5,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, weddings are the most expensive ones.
Yes.
Weddings.
Yes.
Like, that's my special day. Give it as a gift as well.
It's your special day, so you deserve quality. And quality costs money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure thing. All right. So you've played in a lot of cities, countries. which country or which city did the crowd show you so much love anytime without even the money?
So I really enjoy playing in two places in the US a lot.
Yeah.
One is Seattle, Washington State.
Yes.
And the other probably is Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
Yeah. I travel to Dallas often. I usually do Dallas at least once a month
Yeah.
while I'm in the US.
Yeah.
And then Seattle. They have really good energy and a really good vibe. I enjoy those cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, by the way, what brought you to Kenya? Like, how did you come back to Kenya? Why did you like come back? When are you leaving?
I'm in Kenya for maybe another week. I came here specifically for this tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've been here for 2 weeks now. I have one more week and then I go back to the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is competition out there in Kenya for the DJs?
There's competition everywhere.
Yeah.
There's competition everywhere. And at the end of the day, I think there's talent and competition everywhere. It's just a matter of what does one do to stand out.
Yes.
You know, I see a lot of, especially I look at other popular DJs also, and I see a lot of comments about I'm an upcoming DJ.
Yeah.
Nisaidie kujenga jina, you know, things like that. And you look and see, is there any effort really being put forward?
Yeah.
Ama you just want someone to help you build.
Yes.
So it's like this going joke that used to say, this guy had a tough time waking up,
Yes.
and he would pray to God to help him to get out of bed in the morning because he could never get out of bed.
Yeah.
And God told him, all you have to do is you take one leg, get one leg off the bed, and I will help you get the other leg off.
Yes.
So anyone that is looking for help to move forward or to grow their name or anything like that, you have to put in most of the effort.
Yeah.
And then just then someone else can help you push and nudge.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. What's the most amount of money you've received at once in a concert or whatever club that you were given and you're like, hey, this is a lot. This is the most you've received.
Probably I'd have to say around $8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. And believe it or not, that was during a live stream.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was a 2-hour live stream.
Yeah.
And prior to that, I had also done a couple of fundraisers.
Yeah.
So I was able to raise $7,000 for someone on the live stream for a kidney that he needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What's your proudest or the moment that you believe is a big achievement, like was such an achievement for you?
My biggest achievement personally is my daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Professionally, I'd have to say we're still waiting for that big moment to happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's your biggest regrets?
I don't live life with regrets.
Yeah.
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 What's that one thing that people don't know about you?
People don't know about me.
Yes.
What would it be? What that people don't know about me? Well, you've already asked most of the questions about my family and all those things. So the things people didn't know, we've probably already told them on this on this little interview here.
Yeah.
But I have a very soft spot for women.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Because I grew up in a house with my aunt, my mother, and 3 sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there wasn't like a dad's.
And my dad was there, yeah. But obviously, now my dad is the only guy, and my
okay.
uncle,
All
right?
right,
And
yeah.
so, but then majority of the people I've been around has always been women,
Yes.
right? So you see, like my best friend is a woman.
Yes. Your wife.
My
your
wife,
daughter.
my daughter, you know, 3
Yeah.
sisters.
Yeah.
My sisters all have daughters.
Yeah.
So I don't have any
It's a
nephews.
girl's family.
I don't have any nephews. They're all nieces.
Yeah.
You know, so I have a very soft spot for women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What assumption do people have about you?
Now I will have to let them tell me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't receive maybe you're arrogant or you're ignorant.
Actually, I have got that from some people.
Ama kuna maringo. Ama
Mi sionangi ka niko na maringo. Lakini
Hauna,
I was told by one person one time that by looking at my social media, they got the feeling that I would be snobbish.
Oh.
Yeah. But then when we met in person,
Yeah.
he was like, you're actually pretty cool to hang around.
Yes.
And that's the other thing. Social media is not who you are.
Yeah.
You know, people say, I saw your social media and I got this image of
Yes.
you. Well,
Yes.
social media is what it is. It's not reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think the skin color gives you a plus or a step ahead? Because we always get that as long as you're light skin, you can get away with anything. You can get some.
That's a Kenyan assumption.
Okay.
Yeah, I think outside of Kenya, that's not really something that is very that happens a lot. Yeah, I think in the U.S., skin color really doesn't play a big part when it comes to this industry, especially.
Yes.
When there, a lot of people think I'm either a doctor or a shopkeeper of some sort, or a scientist of some, or an engineer.
Yeah.
And then when I tell them, oh, I'm a DJ, they're like, oh, okay. Like, what do your parents think about that? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's pretty normal over there.
Yeah. What are your top 3 favorite Kenyan artists?
Top 3 favorite Kenyan artists. I would have to say, again, I'll mention Sauti Sol.
Of course.
Yeah.
I saw that's coming.
Yeah, Sauti Sol is one of them. Also, a fan of Matata. Is it Matata? Yeah. The Gengeton group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I also like, so recently, what's his name? Nviri?
Niviri,
yeah. I like his stuff too.
Now give us top 3 female favorite artists, because now you've mentioned only the males.
Female in Kenya?
Yes, in Kenya.
Female in
that's
Kenya.
What you can relate with.
And some of them haven't done a lot of things recently.
Yes.
But I feel like they have a really good vibe to what they produce.
Yeah.
One of them being Elani.
Ooh.
Right?
Yes.
And then there's, I forget her name. She's just started coming out with a lot of things. I haven't mentioned her in one of my podcasts. Why can't I remember her name? Anyway, I'll think about her name.
Okay.
And then third, female. There are 2 more that I really admire and I like what they're coming out with. Fena.
Yeah. Fenagitsu.
Yeah. And also Femi One.
Femi One,
Yeah.
They're amazing, baby.
Yeah.
They are amazing. Okay. So how do you manage to not to stay out of trouble? Because I haven't seen scandals. I haven't seen you on Edgar Barry's page or Kibe's page.
I stick to my lane. I stick to my lane. I mind my business. Yeah. You know, when you realize that you're here and this is business.
Yes.
Right? So you treat it as a business. You treat it professionally, and you also realize someone's always looking out for something to put out there about you.
Yes.
So you just mind your business, you plan yourself accordingly, you get to the venue just a little bit before your set, you leave just a little bit after your set.
Have you been misjudged maybe gotten in trouble with your wife because somebody went and said, oh, I saw him hugging a fan, you know?
So fortunately, my wife is quite understanding. She realizes fans will come up and give me hugs, fans will take pictures. There are going to be pictures out there of me, you know, women on each side, and I will take a picture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think one of the beauties about the fact that what's going on in the business right now, at the stage I am in life, I'm not as young as I used to be.
Yeah.
If this kind of publicity happens when you're much younger, you make less mature decisions.
True.
Yeah. At the stage I am at in life, I think I'm able to make more mature decisions to stay away from trouble.
Yeah. What's the lowest moment you've been in or through? Toughest moments?
Toughest moments was probably when I first moved to the US.
Okay.
Yeah, because things in the US, you're trying to figure out the system.
Yeah.
You're not making any money. So the struggle was pretty evident. And then when you go to the US will equalize you.
Yeah.
They don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You're the person cleaning your place, the person doing anything. Kila mtu ako level moja. Yeah. So when I got there, I did a lot of odd jobs. I cleaned bathrooms. I washed dishes in restaurants.
Really?
Yeah, I've waited tables. I've sold T-shirts at a football game.
Yeah.
I did all kinds of odd jobs just to make it through.
Yes.
And so that really teaches you humility and realizing that everyone is a human being.
Yeah.
You need to treat everyone equally.
Yeah. Top 3 most expensive things you own?
Top 3 most expensive things I own: my car.
Is it a Ferrari?
No, it's not.
Just kidding though.
I can't put a car seat in the Ferrari.
Okay.
My car, probably my house. What else? Probably my car and my house.
those are the two most expensive things that you own.
Yeah, probably my car and my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
My house and my car. My house is more expensive than my car, obviously.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. What's that one useless hobby you have or talent?
One useless hobby I have is splurging on new tech. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when a new MacBook comes out, I gotta have it. When a new something technology-wise comes out,
Yeah.
I gotta have it. So that's that one bad habit I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so as we close up, is there maybe like a project that you're working on that you'd like people to know about? You can also, market some 1, 2, 3 things about you.
Yep, so there's a couple of things in the works, but they're still in the very early stages.
Ah, okay.
As soon as they come out, just follow me on all the social media handles.
Yes.
Like we mentioned earlier in the show, it's at Sustaki, Sistuki.
Yes.
My website is www.sistuki.com.
Yes.
So I see you're a fan of Snapchat, YouTube, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere it's at Sustaki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we expect from you besides the big mixes?
Just expect more of that. Expect more mixes. Expect me in more cities. We're trying to plan a few more tours around the world.
Yeah.
And then we're working on some more stuff where hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit of production coming out from this side as well.
Yeah. What's your favorite city in Nairobi before you close up?
My
Not in Nairobi.
in Nairobi.
In Kenya. Sorry, in Kenya.
My favorite city in Kenya is Eldoret.
Home, of course. Wow, you're so biased. Oh my god. Oh my god. And
Yeah.
I can see your phone actually you have the.
Yeah, this is another
You're so
business of mine.
loyal. Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually make these and sell these. Yep. This is a company called Afritech Zone. I
Oh,
make
it's your
phone
company.
cases. It's my company. Phone cases, smartwatch bands with the Kenyan flag, these T-shirts, pop sockets for phones. They're all Kenyan themed phone cases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your net worth though? Because you're doing a lot of things. You have more than one source of income.
You have to.
What's your net worth maybe? Roughly.
My net worth. We'll leave that one for now. Yeah.
You're trying to play safe, eh?
Yeah, we'll play it safe.
All right, give us a parting shot, send love to your fans and family.
Nairobi, thank you so much, Kenya, for all the love I've received. Again, thank you so much, McKenna, for having me on your show.
Anytime.
Don't forget to follow me on all the social media handles and stay tuned for more fire coming your way.
Yes! Yes, you guys, that's how we wrap it up over here with the amazing Sunny DJ Sustaki. Thank you so much for gracing my set. At least kumekuwa na mzungu kwa set yangu leo. These guys, my videographers were chomearing me, Manu and Aviko, before, lakini sitajichomea on air. So guys, stay tuned. Remember the conversation does not end here as always. As always, you guys. Pale Kesh Gracie Instagram, you can continue the conversation. Follow me, let's converse, let's talk. Follow my gang, Pale Risk Entertainment Gang. Waiteni kazi by the way, so wadau. And thank you so much, Bavaria Gardens, for always hosting us and always having the doors open for us. Now, wapenda sana, you remember, this place is really amazing. Ikona indoors and outdoors, you can just come and chill, drink, eat. They are very affordable, located at Bavaria Close. At Karuna Close in Wayakiwe, Westlands. So wadau, until next time, tell me pale kwa comment section who you want to see next, ama kwa DM. Tell me who wants to see next. Kama una mandhari safi we can come and shoot from. We are very affordable, you guys. And thank you so much for staying tuned. Remember to subscribe, like, share, comment. Until next time, tell them to subscribe.
Definitely subscribe to YouTube, again at Sustaki, and follow me on all my socials. It's Sustaki, na tafadhali msistuke.
Now subscribe to Glow Up with McKenna as well.
Yeah, Glow Up with my, yeah, definitely subscribe there, because that's where we are right now.
Yes. So thank you so much, guys. Until next time, God bless.
Thank you.